Hello and welcome to this 11 lecture series on Python programming language. Today is the 8th lecture. It's on function. Here I will give you an informal introduction to functions. Now look at this processing block. We have input and we have the output at other end. Now we'll introduce ourselves with the function with the concept of this processing block. For example, now consider this processing block. We have the given input as AB, the output is in the form of C, and what operations we would like to perform? Add operation on the input variables. Now A and B. So what we are doing here? We are adding A and B. So it will produce a value which we are storing into C, and this C will be given as a output. Now this add operation is indicated here by this single statement. Now we may have multiple statement, or we may have a group of statements which will do this task if the different kind of operation is there. So what we can say here, as we are learning add operation here, the working of this block will depend on the task to be performed. So these functions are of two types: built-in function and user-defined function. Built-in function, in our previous lectures we have used some built-in functions like print. If you want to print the data to the console, we are using this print statement. We have used it to receive the data from the console. We are using the input function. To see the length of a string, we are using len function. In the similar way, in the string we have a function called as upper, which will convert the string into a uppercase letter. We have used one function in list which is called as append. So it will append this new element to the previously existing list. So all these functions are called as built-in functions. They are available, and what functions we, the user, are writing, that are termed as a user-defined function. For example, in the previous class we have seen one function, we have written one function related with a division operation when we are talking about the division by zero error. How we wrote that function? If you recall that one, so here I am writing the starting of the function. Normally we are calling it as a function header. So what this function header contains? It contains a keyword define. Now what this keyword define will tell us? That this keyword define we need to use whenever we want to define our own function. Then the next one is div. What this div indicates? This div indicates the name of the function. So every function must have some name. So here what name we have given? div. Then we have in parenthesis or in simple bracket we have written a comma b. What this a comma b represents? A comma b are the input parameters, and this colon indicates that following this header we have a statement block, and when followed with this header we have a statement block. So remember that statement block have a indentation. It will be shifted ahead a 4-character position, and whatever statements are in the block, they must be at the same indentation level. They must start at a same indentation level. Now we'll see how to write user-defined function with taking example of a Fibonacci series. This example is very a good one, which can cover a lot of concepts in programming. So what is task over here? Generating a series by adding two previous number to get the next number. So we are doing in this, for this input is n. So up to what number you would like to get the generate the series, and the output will be series. This series will give in the form of a list, and this series is called as a Fibonacci series. We have to start from the initial value 0 and 1. Now let us see how it will done. So initial two numbers are given as 0 and 1. Now what we have to do? That we have to add these two. So what I will get if I add this 0 plus 1? I will get the value 1. Now this 1 will be added to the list. Now further, now which are the two numbers now, 1 and 1. Now take these two number, add these two numbers. So after adding, what I will get? 1 plus 1, I will get 2. Now the next number in the series is 2. Now add the last two numbers, 1 2. So if you add 1 plus 2, what you are getting is 3. Add this 3 number to the series. Now the next two numbers are 2 3. So add these two numbers, 2. In this way, we got the Fibonacci series as 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. If we have entered the value of n as 10, so for example, we consider the value of n as 10, and now here we are getting value 13, so we'll stop here. So for this, we are going to write a program, and that program will write in a form of a function. So we'll write a function with name fib. The input is n, the value up to which we want to find out the series. The output will be in the form of the numbers up to the n in the form of a list, and initial value will take as 0 and 1. So first we need to write a function header with starting with keyword diff, name of the function as fib. We want to find the series up to value n, as it is a function, put colon. Then we'll initialize a variable fib series equal to an empty list, and initial values a comma b as 0 comma 1. Now here a further it will act as a loop variable. We are using a loop as we have to repeat the same process. I am using here while loop. So while the condition used is a is less than n. So while a less than n, what we have to do? We have to, our list whose name is fib series, we have to append the value of a. What we have to append? Our first letter, the first number which is we have taken as a loop variable, that we have to add to the list. And after adding the first number, now see what we are doing, we are adding these two number. So b will be assigned to a, and when you are adding the two number, now this number is a, this number is b, a plus b, this a plus b will be assigned to b. Now this is one important and way this can be done in the Python. So this is a power of Python, that we are doing this operation in this fashion, a comma b. So value b will be assigned to a, and the new value which is get from adding this a plus b, that will be assigned to b, and this loop will go on continuing. Still all the elements less than n will be completed, and finally what we have, when we'll execute, will come out of this loop, and what we have, we'll get a list with name fib series. Will return that list. So the last statement will be return which variable we are returning, fib series. Fib series. What this fib series? It is in the form of a list. And here one important thing we need to concentrate on, when you are writing a function, remember to make the proper indentation. These lines must be exactly below each other. Even if you change a single character, shift by a single character, it will generate an error. Further, so this is first block. Further, where we are getting second block, in the function while, in the loop, while loop. So here this must be properly indented. They must be, the first letter must be exactly below other. Now to execute this function, we'll call it, how to call it? We'll call it as fib, name of function fib. For n, I am passing the value 10, and so this will give me, so 10 value will be assigned to n. Then it will run. Initially value of a is 0, a is less than 10, So what it will do, fifth series dot append a. So a value, that is 0, will be appended to the list. After that, what we are doing, a comma b is equal to b comma a plus b. Now the b value, that is 1 initially, that will be assigned to a. Now the value of a will become 1, and 0 plus 1, that will be b. So a and b both will become 1. So this process will go on continuing, and you are going to get such values at the end of the loop. When it will come out of loop, we will get the list in this form. Now this list will be assigned to a variable L. Okay, so now up till now in our discussion we have learned three functions. One is about the division function, one is about the add function, and one is the fifth function. Now this will help us to build our module in the next class. Okay, so thank you.